I'm Paul,
I'm Steve.
and this is a Shelfie. So I've been trying to find the perfect Solomon Kane story to introduce Steve to, because I got him. I'm getting him into Howard, Robert E. Howard, and Solomon Kane is my favorite character in Robert E. Howard's universes. And so I was trying to find the perfect one. Well, I decided to start from the beginning. So I got my Del Rey collection out here from the early 2000s, and I thought, well, I'll start with the first story. And the first story is 1929's Skulls in the Stars.
Wasn't that by John Green?
By John Green, yes. Yes.
The Skulls in Our Stars.
The Skulls in Our Stars.
That could be like one of those Sense and Sensibility and Zombies. Like, remember when those were popular? Like, people were rewriting classics to be... That could be one of those. Instead of The Fault in Our Stars, somebody does The Skulls in Our Stars.
I saw that book at Goodwill the other day.
Which one? Skulls or Sense and Sensibility?
If I... Skulls.
Skulls in Our Stars.
What was it? The Fault in Our Stars.
The Fault in Our Stars, yeah.
So, the first story that Robert E. Howard wrote for Solomon Kane, who, by the way, is this puritanical adventurer, slayer of evil, and all-around badass, who basically wanders the earth with a couple of anachronistic pistols and a saber, and takes on all kinds of evils, from just normal guys doing evil shit to monsters, which Skulls in the Stars has a monster in it, so it's a bonus. Basically, the story entails Solomon Kane's walking along this road, and he comes to a fork in the path. One road is a short road that leads to where he wants to go. One road is a long road, which takes him a long way around where he wants to go. This village kid from the village he was just at comes running up, and he's like, "Don't take the short road. Stay off the moors. Go through the swamp." But just come home. Don't go there at night, because there's a monster out there. Well, that's all Solomon Kane needed to hear.
That's all you had to say.
Right. So he takes off. He takes the short road, and sure enough, runs into this ethereal, murderous ghost who had just killed this person that came running up on him, all covered in blood and lacerations. So Kane unloads both of his pistols, no good. Pulls his sword, no good. Then, in true Howardian fashion, he grapples with him with his bare hands. This ghost that you can't touch. But somehow, Kane's righteousness, because he's got about as much righteous anger as Jules from Pulp Fiction, manages to keep it from killing him, and goes back to town and discovers the mystery of what this thing is and how it involves this miserly hermit that lives off in the swamp along the long road.
Anybody who wants to know what it's like to play D&D when I'm around, or maybe just know that when Paul said a person from the village came running up to him, just know that I would have blurted out, "So one of the village people ran up to him."
Yeah.
and then Paul would have immediately gone along with it. He'd be like, "Yes, you guys encounter one of the village people." It's like, is it the cop? Is it the construction worker?
Yes, it's the construction worker runs up on Solomon Kane. As a Kane story, considering it was his first one, and he wrote it in 29 when he was 23 years old, it's not the best so it's not going to be this story. This is not the one. I'm not going to have you read the Skull in the Stars, but it's a solid story, because as soon as it's kind of clunky, it's about as clunky as this review. It's a little bit clunky in his descriptions of stuff, because I think he was grappling with historical fiction at this point, so he was trying to get the dialogue and stuff right. And it's a little bit kind of janky, I think. And I called them anachronistic pistols, because he has Kane using muzzle loaders, like flintlocks, but they would have been the big goofy trumpet looking guns, when Kane would have been alive. But you don't care about that. Don't read Howard for historical accuracy.
The anachronistic pistols was, speaking of history, was the first name that the Sex Pistols were going to use, but it wouldn't fit on the poster. A lot of people don't know that.
We just need like T-shirts with all the band names we come up with.
Anachronistic pistols.
We're just walking around wearing these shirts of bands that don't exist, but should.
That story sounds pretty good because that is like you've mentioned that Howard does a good job of writing, especially maybe when he's writing certain swords and sandals type things.
Mm-hmm.
Writes the perfect dungeon. Right?
It is literally. I'm telling you what. Robert E. Howard, Conan specifically, but Howard was definitely an influence on the early days of Dungeons and Dragons, and it shows. And this is a good dungeon adventure if you're into the investigative type, which is I love the investigative dungeoneering. But where Howard still shines is as soon as the action happens. It's like he forgot he was trying for something different and just went into it,
Nice.
Just the way he describes this ghost as a sheet of black smoke, and I'm like, that's you just see this thing go, whoosh, in your mind. It's so good.
Hey man, that sounds pretty good. I know you don't want me to start with that one because I complain about clunkiness in stories, but it sounds like a good one.
Well, if you want to read it, I can't stop you.
That's true. If any of you have read it, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
You can get it pretty easily. This Del Rey edition. This is a whole series that Del Rey Books did back in the early 2000s. This is the complete works. In fact, there's a couple of at least one story because I was reading the Right Hand of Doom, and I'm just reading along, and it like stops in mid sentence because that's where he never finished it.
Oh, okay.
So like.
It was like Schubert's Unfinished Symphony. He just was like, nah, I'm done with this one.
Right. Well, there have been people in the past who have finished his stories, and I had read that one back in the 90s, back when this series of books came out. This was a series that Bain did. And it's a ton of Howard's non-Conan stuff. So I remember reading it that way, and then I saw it in this book, and I'm like, oh, cool! I'll get to find out the nope.
So out of 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, what do you give it?
2.5.
Okay.
But the 0.5 kicks in when Howard's action kicks in, and it is a solid story. It's just. The guy was 23 years old. If I went back and read what I wrote when I was 23, I'd be embarrassed. And I have. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this Shelfie. I'm Paul.
I'm Steve.
And the next time you're looking for something to read,
check your Shelfie.